Hey there, thanks for stopping by. We're going to keep going with that series of walking through all the parts, and next up is the Legendary Nizari Parts. Alright, so let's talk about the skills, then we'll go into the hall and take a look at this Incarnate, and then we'll get into some gameplay. So the mind part is called Shadow Puppet, the body part is called Feral Instinct, and the soul part is called Kill Streak. Alright, let's go to the hall. All right, so we're looking for this portrait icon here for the Nizari. Again, we're looking for that gold border to indicate that it's a legendary, and we're looking for all purple parts. So that's where this one is. See all purple parts here, or buttons here for all the parts being Nizari. We've got a void affinity, and you get that by 2 or more parts being void. So we've got Shadow Puppet, that's void, Feral Instinct, that's void, and Kill Streak, that's void. So as always, 3 is greater than 2 there, so we're definitely going to get that void affinity Incarnate. Let's go ahead and take a look at the Incarnate itself. I really like the Nizari. I mean, I like all of these, but these are, the Nizari is pretty cool. You got the double wielding weapon, the dual blade here, single blade out here, kind of got that bushy tail. Just really cool type of artwork here. Kind of got that ninja style. You see the ninja kind of, foot pads. I actually didn't realize this, but got some blades coming out of the heels. Pretty awesome. All right, let's go ahead and get into the gameplay. All right, so the first part we're going to use is the body part called Feral Instinct. And let's read it real quick. Gain Vamp for 4 turns, take an extra turn. Let's go ahead and use it. We'll talk about the buff it applies, and then we'll see what happens. So there's a turn, pretty simple, no damage, no movement, no anything like that, but it just does apply that Vamp buff. The Vamp is you heal 35% of the damage you deal. So really good, sustainability buff there. That way you're putting out a whole bunch of damage and you're getting some healing back. Let's make sure it takes the extra turn, like the skill says. So we'll end our turn here, and there we go. There's my second turn because I got that extra turn. So that's one of the more powerful body skill parts in the game. I think gives you a buff and gives you that extra turn, so you get to go more often. You get to do more damage. Again, I think that's one of the more powerful skills in the game right now. The next part we're going to go over is the mind part called Shadow Puppet. Let's read it real quick. Enemies in range face away, and you steal 30% initiative. They gain weak for 2 turns. So the first sentence there is that you're going to turn this enemy Incarnate 180 degrees. Or if you were back behind here, you would be turning them away from you. So it's 180 degrees basically away from wherever you're starting your Incarnate. So why don't we go ahead and move, and we'll see this in action. So there's my move. You can see this enemy Incarnate, you can tell it's facing this way because of this red arrow. I'm facing this way because of this blue arrow down here. So what we're going to do is we're going to expect that red arrow to be pointed back that way. Remember that this is going to be based on your range. So we have a range stat of 3 right now. So if we look at the spaces, we've got 1, 2, 3 spaces, 3 spaces. So that's where we're getting highlighted. Note that these 2 spaces are not highlighted because there's going to be a line of sight issue with this enemy Incarnate. So just make sure that you recognize that if there was another Incarnate out here that you wanted to face away, you wouldn't be able to get there because of the line of sight. We'll talk about weak when it gets applied. And make sure it gets applied for 2 turns. So here we go. There we go. So they're facing away. You definitely see the arrow turning this way. So it definitely works. Let's go ahead and take a look at that debuff. It does apply for 2 turns. And weak is -1 presence and 50% reduction in attack. So their presence is now reduced by 1, and they're going to hit, they're going to hit for less because of that attack down modifier. All right, so let's go ahead and talk about the last skill. All right, so we're talking about Kill Streak. Kill Streak, any attack an enemy in range with 30% extra crit. If this ability kills the target, take an extra turn. So let's go ahead and use it. And remember the attack is based on your range. Again, 3. Our range stat right now is 3. We are going to have line of sight issues with that, but let's go ahead and use it. So there's my crit up. I just smoked that Incarnate. That, that was pretty awesome. I wasn't expecting a one shot, but damn, that was a lot of damage on that one Incarnate. This ability is actually a really, really strong ability. I've used it in my other builds. It's fantastic. And you're going to see that because it does so much damage, you actually do get to proc this extra turn quite often. So let's go ahead and make sure we end turn just to show you that we do have that extra turn. So there's the extra turn. We'll go ahead and use it again. Maybe we'll get lucky again this time. Probably not, because we're going to be weak affinity here, but we'll go ahead and try it out and see what happens. Yeah, so we hit for 902 there. We got that weak hit. But you saw like it did a crazy amount of damage on that other Incarnate. And you just, this ability that lets you to roll this champion. So what I've done in the past with other builds is I've had other Incarnates come in, get the enemies to kind of low health, and then I come in with this this skill or this part. I kill, take an extra turn, kill the next one, take an extra turn, kill the next one, take an extra turn, and then my either Seeker or Feral Instinct is up again, and I get to go ahead and take that extra turn. So it just keeps rolling. It's like a snowball effect. I think this is probably going to be one of the most powerful, if not the powerful, soul part in the game, kill streak. So definitely be on the lookout for that one if you get it, and have some fun with it. All right, so these skills were really straightforward, so it's a very short video. Again, kill streak is just going to be really, really good in this game. I'm going to use it in definitely all the builds I can. I need to go ahead and get some Eternals on it, and then gear up those Eternals and see how hard it can really hit. But it's a super fun ability. If you like this video and found it informative, go ahead and hit that like button. If you enjoy the content, I would appreciate a subscribe to the channel. Definitely helps me out. And toss some comments down below. I definitely like hearing from you guys, and I'll try to get back to them as soon as possible. As always, I appreciate you watching, and we'll see you in the next one.